What's up there, workforce? Chris here with Work To Game, and it's time to talk about what should we do about Blizzard. So it's been a little over a week, 2 weeks, something like that, since we got all the news that we're not getting a release this year, that they laid off a bunch of employees right after record revenue, not profit. Just to clarify that as more facts came out and all of that. So I think anybody who could look at it objectively when all that was happening, there's a chance that maybe they weren't involved enough with Blizzard to be worried about is it really a problem in the first place? And anybody who had the amount of facts to make an educated decision on like, where do I go from here? You know, there was a lot of emotions, especially, you know, I had a chance to visit with some friends and stuff that I know are involved with the Blizzard community. Some of them have worked at Blizzard in the past. Some of them do work at Blizzard. And so I've really struggled with kind of what do you do about the fact that they let go of 8% of their job force. And I disagree with this. Well, first, you don't buy Warcraft 3 Reforged, because that's the only thing I can throw money at them this year, which is a bummer. I was looking forward to playing that, but like if you have to send them a message, there's too many good games on the market for Blizzard to get my money this year. That's an easy one. But then it becomes, well, one of the largest revenue drivers at Blizzard is WoW. And so do I stay on WoW? Well, I've met and visited with people who are on the WoW team and are on the WoW Classic team, and I really appreciate what they do. And yes, 8% got laid off, but 92% didn't. And so I don't want to just turn on them. And so I've really been on the fence. And so I looked at it and said, well, how long does my pay go through? One of the things that I know Brian and I do, many of you probably do, is you don't buy your subscription month to month. You buy your subscription in big blocks. And so my subscription was paid for, I guess that would have been like December or something. And so my next renewal date is August 15th. August 15th gives me the chance to try Classic. I'm pretty sure that's July off the top of my head. And gives me a chance to try 8.2 and think, you know, possibly going into like 8.3 and really get a feel for, is BFA getting better? And it really gives me a long runway before I really have to make a decision. And I'm always saying I don't have time to play a lot of other great games. And so if, as of August 15th, I need to take a break from WoW, then that's really no big deal, because I just spend the second half of the year going back and playing Kingdom Hearts and playing Octopath Traveler. I played the demo, never had time for the game. Prepping for the new Pokemon game, Sword and Shield, coming out late this year. And so I think you focus on those things. So that's all really logical to me. That's all really obvious. And I wanted to wait until I could shoot this without a bunch of just raw frustration in my voice. And so by giving it a week, I've really had a chance to think about, like, how do we punish companies? Because I'm really disappointed with the behavior at Blizzard right now. And I don't want to see them fail long term, but I do want to see them learn enough from this not to do it again. And I think that the way to send that message is to consider taking a break from their games and then hoping that they come back. There's still a lot of great people there that hopefully this just gives them, you know, just enough of us take a break that they can still make ends meet and they're still doing great. And then they can turn it around and be a Blizzard that we know and love. Whether or not you go to BlizzCon, if there is one, that's a tough question, because that's what they announced for 2020. It's not necessarily a celebration of 2019. And so it is interesting to think that if like Diablo 4 was announced at BlizzCon, it'd be great to get hands on. But I don't think there will be a BlizzCon this year as of this point. I can't imagine they let go of 800 people and kept all the people that are around to plan BlizzCon. That just doesn't make any sense to me, that you would have people that have that task, that are, you know, when compared to devs, are party planners, right? So when you talk about marketing and stuff, when you talk about community development, when you look at it at a cold hard facts level, that doesn't directly drive revenue. Now, I would be happy to argue that yes, it doesn't directly drive revenue, but it does drive customer satisfaction, hype around the community, excitement within the community. So it's incredibly important. But they didn't let go of 800 people being willing to look at abstract forms of income. They looked at people and said, who is literally between point A and point B, and all these other things that, yes, make it a better product, and yes, make it a better community, and yes, are important to the players. None of that matters. I mean, you can't let go of 800 people and be sentimental about things that make it a better game versus a not as good game, but still capable of being sold. And so that's really kind of where I'm coming at that from. And so I think that when we talk about like, do you take a break from Blizzard, and really just do you take a break from companies in general? If Square Enix did stuff like this, would you take a break from 14? If Bethesda did stuff like this, would you take a break from ESO? Like, when you talk about these games, I don't believe in destroying your own property. I personally don't just see how it sends a message to Nike that I destroy their shoes when I already paid them for their shoes. So like an ESO example, if there's not a subscription involved, you already paid for it. So like, yes, I'm going to continue playing WoW between now and August because I've already paid them for it. And so the only person that I feel it hurts is me not to play. And like, I had a bunch of guides recorded that are in various stage of editing, and I haven't been posting them because it feels weird that I'm like upset at Blizzard right now and then posting these guides that were recorded back before that news. And so I'm going to go ahead and roll those. Between now and August, I'm going to go ahead and roll those out because like, do I think WoW is still good for new players? Yeah. Yeah. Do I want every single person that plays WoW to unsubscribe on the same day? No. I just don't think it's a place that I need to be. I think that I have too many other places I'd rather be, and this is a community that, like, you only have to pick your favorite game. You only have to pick the best game. The industry is just too large and too well supported to deal with anything that you're not just proud to be a part of. As of this recording, I haven't had a chance to play Anthem yet because I was out of town on opening weekend. I don't have time. And so, like, you don't have to sit here and, like, if you don't like that a game has loot boxes, then just don't play any games with loot boxes. There's still plenty of games that don't. And if you don't like companies that don't treat their employees right, like Blizzard letting go of these people, I disagree with that, then don't play their games for a while. And if you don't like, now, I mean, if you're too restrictive, if you sit there and you say, I don't want them to have microtransactions at all. I don't want them to have a subscription at all. I don't want them to go above $60 at all. I don't want a cash shop at all. I don't want them to treat their employees poorly at all. I don't want them to be rude to their customers at all. And you just do these across the board sweeping black and white statements. Somewhere around statement 4, 5, 8, whatever, you've probably knocked out every game you were willing to play based on genre and like, is it still a good game? So I think you have to decide like what things are more important to you. But when I think about Blizzard, like Blizzard is absolutely one of the strongest names of what's defined my experience as a gamer from, I guess, what you would consider childhood all the way until now. I mean, Blizzard was around when I was really young. I mean, when I still had a bedtime, and I've been playing Blizzard games off and on with more years on than off since then. I mean, it was an enormous definition within my college experience. And so I'm really frustrated that I even have to have this conversation like internally with myself. Like, do I still play Blizzard games? Because part of me wants to be like, of course. So am I still playing WoW right now? Yes. Are you guys still going to see WoW guides on the channel? Yes. Are those guides going to talk about that WoW has good qualities and that WoW is a good game? Yes, because the reason I'm thinking about turning my subscription off and not letting it renew on August 15th, that's my intention as of today. I mean, unless they change my mind between now and August 15th, isn't because I don't think WoW is a good game. And it isn't because I don't think WoW has redeeming qualities. It's because of something that Blizzard management's doing at a top level. And this is the only way that I have to be vocal with them. I don't have a venue where I can go in and just say, hey, instead of paying $15 a month, I want to pay $12, and I want that last $3 to come directly from the bonuses to the top people. I want your CFO to not get a $15 million bonus this year because of me. That's not really how it works. So you're either in or you're out. And I think that that's something that is difficult to say. I know people are quick to be like, oh, just quit. It's no big deal. But like, if it's that good of a game, it should be hard to quit. If you still have respect for the 92% of employees that are there, you should think it's hard to quit, because I don't want them to be screwed. I want WoW Classic to do well. WoW Classic is so much more important than just Blizzard. WoW Classic is it's a major step towards AAA developers remaking nostalgia games on a massive scale, and it's huge. So that's really where I'm at, and I I think that doorbell's a good reminder to not let this negativity get my day down. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'm going to keep putting out WoW guides, and if Blizzard can turn it around, if I hear that Blizzard's doing the right things, then maybe come August I'm singing a different tune. But for now, I'm basically on a long and slow farewell tour, and that's just going to be that. So thank you guys. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. What is Work to Game? 30 seconds, go! Work to Game is basically a channel where we talk about video games, anything we like about video games. We sometimes post vlog videos about something else that we just want to talk about. We kind of have a schedule. It changes all the time. It's in the About section on YouTube. We also stream over on Twitch just anytime we want to play games. Right now, it's happening more and more. I don't know what's happening at the time you watch this video, but the best thing you could do is click on the About page and kind of see if there's a rough plan that we have here.